Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. So today we are jumping right into trend. Milkmaid dress. This is like a trending outfit right now. Everybody's wearing milkmaid dress, and since we're all about sustainable fashion, we're not going to go and buy when we have an old dress that we can actually recycle or upcycle to give us a milkmaid dress. So stay tuned to the very end to see how you can do yours too. So first we are going to work on the top part of this dress. So that's why I'm doing this right now. Our only measurement for today is going to be the bust, simply because we are not going to be putting a zipper in this dress because we don't like to stress ourselves. So because there's not going to be a zipper, the dress needs to be free because we are going to be lacing at the back. So these measurements, you put in your bust and then at least 2 inch or so in allowance. So this is off shoulder already, so we are just going to measure any length we are measuring. We measure 4 inch from the top because it's off shoulder. So that's what we'll do. So remember when you are measuring, and then we are going to find out where we want the pleated at the front of this top to be at, and I think 15 inch thereabouts is okay for me. You can make yours 14, 13, depend. And then to know how much fabric to pleat at the front, you just measure it like this to know where you need to stop when you are drawing out the front part. So that's what I'm doing now. I'm stopping at 8 inch because from the measurement I got it's like 16, so divided by 2 is 8. Yours can be smaller, that's why I actually did measurements and showed you how I did it, so you can do yours too. Of course, for the square neckline, you're going to measure out the depth that you want, depending on how deep you want the neckline to be. So I made mine 8 inch, so you can make yours 9 or 7 or 6, depend on the depth that you want. So that's what I'm bringing out now. So this part will not be used for this tutorial on this front part. So now we are going to remove this other part. This is what we are going to use to measure out how much pleat we will need for this front part. So keep watching. So this is the fabric we're going to use to replace the front part. I decided to, of course, for the front part, I decided to make it in a way where you can draw string and tie. So I'm adding 10 inch to the actual measurement. The actual measurement was 8 inch on each side, so I made it 18 inch. So that's what I did here. So this is it, the 2 parts that we are going to put at the front part. So of course you are going to turn it in so that you can be able to pass in a strap for the front. So this is it. Just look for the down part. I use the hemming to create the strap for this tutorial because we are trying to like have 0 waste as much as possible. So that's what I'm doing. This is the hemming of this dress that I used to create the strap. So I made the strap at least 4 inch smaller than the actual measurements of each side of this front part. So that's what I'm doing now. I'm putting in the strap that's going to form in the gather at the front. Of course, you sew the end after you put in through this opening so that it doesn't pull off. So this is it. You now sew it together like this, And then next we are going to pleat it down to be the actual measurement, which is 8 on each side, which gives it 16, which is the measurement I did initially. So this is it. Make sure both sides are the same. So I decided to add a band to elongate the length of this top. So I made everything to be around in length 17 inch. So that's the length I'm working with. So you can make yours 15 or more, depends on you. So I'm just going to join it like this, and then cut out the excess, and then we are going to dart it to give it shape. So for the darting, you're just going to measure from the middle at least 5 inch or 4.5. It depends on your nipple to nipple measurement. So this is it. You just slant it like this, and then you sew on both sides. So next, to round up the front part of this top, we are just going to sew this top gather to the opening. Make sure that you find the middle points, and then start from the middle when you are sewing, and then take it to the sides like this when you are sewing. After joining, now the next thing is to stop stitch it round where from the very top to all the joinings to give it a neat finish. Next, we are going to work on the back part. So for the back part, we are going to measure at least 5 inch from the middle. This is where we are going to put the lace hole. So you're just going to cut it right open, because this is the way you can make it neater. You don't need to attach it to it directly, just cut it first. So the same thing I did for the front part, I'm going to put band on the back part. The reason why I had to cut it before I put the band, because I'm using pieces. Yes, we're trying to manage the fabric, so that's why it's better off after you cut before you add the band. At least these pieces will be able to go round. So next, we're going to measure out where we are going to put in the strap hole. So I used 2 inch as a landmark, or is it landmark, or I don't know. You can use 3 inch or more just to know where to place it on each side. So it's better you have a specific measurements that you use so that both sides will be equal. So I use 2 inch, so you can use less or more. And like my previous tutorial working with strap hole, I used 2 inch, so I'm doing the same here. I'm using 2 inch for this lace hole. I don't know why I keep calling it strap hole. And what is it even called? I don't even know, but you get the picture. So you're just going to arrange it, of course, pin it down, or you just sew it along, just be putting it on where you've marked while you sew down. So it depends on you, what's easier for you. So this is it, it's ready. You see, it looks so neat and professional. So now this is the last part of the tutorial, which is the down part. So in this part, we are going to, of course, open the fabric, make sure it's into 2, Yes, because we are going to turn it separately to cut out the down part, which is the skirt. So you just measure, of course, the same thing your bust, because that's what we are using for, and it's going to be like A shape, so you draw it A shape. So once your bust measurement is at the top, it's going to slant to accommodate every other part of your body, even if your hip is so wide. So this way is better. You just cut it, and then of course when you fold in two, you leave at least half an inch on that side, because we are going to create a slit at the front. So this is it. We're going to measure from the middle at least 4 to 4.5 inch or 5 inch. It depends on how you want the slit to be. You're just going to cut it out, and then we're going to join it together, and then you're going to pause the sewing at where you want the slit to be. I didn't want my slit to go too up, so it depends on you. This is it. Afterwards, of course, you stop stitch where the openings are to give it a good finish. So this is it, ready. Now we're just going to join the front part to the front of the down part. You can actually join the top before you join the down separately, or you can do it the way I'm doing it, like this. Just join it, but just make sure where they are joining is the same, like they are the same size. You can see it like this. That's what I'm doing. So you just sew it like this, and then you do the same for the back part. You join the up and the down, and then afterwards you join it together. So simple. You don't need to do any special measurements when you are joining. Just pick a size, maybe an inch or half an inch, and just sew down, because like I said, we are not following shape here. This is just going to be a free dress that is going to be snatched with lacing. So the only thing we are going to do will be probably darting. So next, of course, this sleeve is not how will I call it, gather enough for me, so I decided to make it a bit more on the fuller side. So I'm using the fabric from the down and adding it to the side to give it a fuller puff. You turn in, and then this is how you do it. I wanted the top to be lesser than the down part, so that's why I'm giving it a bit of slant, so that the down part will be fuller. I'm going to attach this and then string. So you see it's a bit on the fuller side, although if I had more fabric, I think I'm going to make it more and more fuller than this, but that's all I had left, so just have to go with this. You're going to turn it in to accommodate elastic band, so that's what we'll do next. So but first, let's attach the sleeve to the dress. So just look at the armhole and then fix it. Any of the excess, don't worry about it. That's where elastic band is going to do the rest. So you just sew it like this, and it's good and ready. So the next thing we're going to do is attach the elastic band to this top part. So the trick to doing this is you place the elastic band, and then when you are sewing, you drag. I think I'm going to show you guys simply because I'm in the mood. usually I don't show the sewing part, but I feel like for those that need extra view, because some people they rather see it, so you're just going to be dragging it while you are sewing it. So let me show you. Okay, so hope that helped. So this is it, ready. So just to put the elastic band now at the down of the sleeve, and then bring it out. So, and then that is it, sleeve is ready. It was that's the back, just to give it a bit of shape, just the same way the way I did the front darting. That's what I did at the back. And I also decided to dart the very middle of this dress, yes, to give it extra shape. So this is it. So this is it, ready. So even with all the darting and everything, you see that it's still a bit fuller, so it can enter without zip. So just hem the down part of the dress and we are good to go. So I'm just going to fix in the lacing and then put it on, let's see, and then do any other kind of adjustments. Keep watching, I'll show you the other adjustments I did. So please hit this subscribe button before you leave. If you are new, give the video a thumbs up and share to your friends, let them learn too. So this is it. After trying it on, I decided to take in the sleeve down a bit because I don't want the top part to go down. I want it to come up a bit. So that's what I'm showing you. That's what I did afterward. Thanks so much for watching. Till my next video, please like, share and subscribe before you leave.